Good morning. It's January 7th, 2019. It is a Monday morning. Sit rep. Yesterday was, I thought it was a pretty good day, but it turned out not so much, at least not at the end. I got real tired pretty early, which was fine. I wanted to be up early. I went to lay down. I might have drifted off here or there, but I know I woke up, and I know I woke up not feeling good. Spent about an hour deciding if I was going to throw up or not. Turned out I didn't. I think I slept pretty okay, but I'm still feeling a little just blah this morning. But I think good enough that I'll go out and I'll definitely drive for at least a few hours just to keep that going. Okay, today in history. This is going to be a little bit different. I'm just going to talk about really one thing, and I'm not going to be able to talk about it a lot. Here's the item that I found. On this date in 1902, the Imperial Court of China returns to Peking. That's how it's spelled there, and the Empress Dowager resumes her reign. That's all the information I had. And I went and did a little bit of looking because it felt to me like that might be talking about the conclusion of the Boxer Rebellion, of which I am very embarrassed and sad to say I know very little about. It's something that you hear here and there in America, especially, like in history class or whatever. I don't remember it being explained, certainly nothing in detail about the background or what was going on, who were the participants, why they were fighting, or anything like that. My next biggest exposure to the Boxer Rebellion was a couple episodes of Buffy the Vampire Slayer and Angel. They had some flashbacks where a few of the characters from the shows were were in China during the time of the Boxer Rebellion. So that's about all the information I had. I went to Wikipedia. There's a lot. So I just want to pull out a couple of things if you're interested. Please do go check it out. I would love to find a Dan Carlin Hardcore History extended look into this. It actually seems very fascinating and very complicated. Okay, the Boxer Rebellion. First off, why was it called the Boxer Rebellion? Well, it was initiated by and this is the English translation here, I'm not even going to attempt the Chinese, the Militia United in Righteousness. Now, this group apparently were, among other things, they were martial artists. And in English, at least, that kind of fighting style was called Chinese boxing. And so that group having started it, it became known in English at least as the Boxer Rebellion. The Boxer Rebellion apparently was part of an anti-foreign, anti-colonial, and anti-Christian uprising that took place between 1899 and 1901. By this date, September 7th in 1902, the Empress Dowager had returned. I believe that's her title. Her name is not Dowager. I saw it somewhere else, and again, I'm not going to attempt to pronounce it. Yeah, lots of stuff was going on. It looks like there was a siege in Beijing, in the Legion section, I think it said, where a whole bunch of foreigners and Chinese Christians were holed up. There apparently were 8 armies, 8 different countries that came in to try to suppress the rebellion, take back the sieged hostages, and a lot of raping and pillaging across the land, too. It looks like there was just atrocities on both sides piling up. So those countries that were involved in this besides China were Japan, Britain, Russia, France, United States, Germany, Italy, and Austria-Hungary, which I think was still an empire back then before World War I. Anyway, So pretty much all of westernized world, we'll go ahead and throw Japan in that, and Russia kind of sort of by then. Um, yeah, they were just fighting all over China. Um, so it ended, I guess, in 1901, beginning here of 1902. It looks like that the Empress Dowager was taking the side against the foreigners, and there were other factions in China that were on the side of the foreigners. And it also looks like that the Empress, at least up until this date in 1902, was able to keep her position. It looks like there's a lot more information to dig into there. But the final little bit of information that I do want to talk about today from the Boxer Rebellion is apparently that's where we started calling the Germans the Huns. Never understood this. I mean, I grew up with, some cartoons, some World War II propaganda were still on TV, and Germans were often referred to as the Huns. Well, when I found out about the Huns, they weren't anywhere near Germany. So what is the connection? Well, apparently it comes from this Boxer Rebellion. At the end of it, the German Kaiser Wilhelm II was in China, and he was giving some kind of, it was the departure ceremonies on July 27th, the year before. Actually, it doesn't say what year. Never mind on that. So, in his farewell address, he gives this following impromptu speech. From himself, William Kaiser, to China, I guess, or whatever the audience was. You should encounter the enemy. Or, I'm sorry. Should you encounter the enemy, he will be defeated. No quarter will be given. Prisoners will not be taken. Whoever falls into your hands is forfeited. Just as 1,000 years ago, the Huns under their king Attila made a name for themselves, one that even today makes them seem mighty in history and legend. May the name German be affirmed by you in such a way in China that no Chinese will ever again dare to look cross-eyed at a German. And that was it. In World War I and World War II, propaganda bits afterwards, specifically by the British. Where's the exact word here? Yes. Okay, so the wording here they have after the speech is that the reference to the Huns would later be resurrected by British propaganda to mock Germany during the First and Second War. So at least according to Wikipedia or whoever filled that out, specifically it was the British that decided to call the Germans Huns, and it sounds like they were doing so kind of making fun of their militaristic stance. So that's all I got for you today. Boxer Rebellion related news. It seems like a really interesting and in-depth history. One that I wish I would have learned a bit more about sooner, and I'll look into some more later. That's it for today. Thank you so much if anyone is watching this, and I'll be back soon to talk to me some more. Bye-bye.